Spencer Johnson, the author of Who Moved My Cheese, was a physician turned author who became known for his ability to simplify complex topics into digestible stories. Born in 1938, Johnson gained fame primarily through his collaborative works with Kenneth Blanchard on the 1 Minute Manager series, which used concise storytelling to address important lessons about leadership and business management. This knack for breaking down big ideas into small, relatable stories is what makes Who Moved My Cheese so powerful. The book was published in 1998 and quickly became a bestseller, resonating with readers around the world. Its success stems from its universal theme, the inevitability of change, and its simple, parable-like storytelling. Though a short read, it delivers impactful insights into how people react to change and how those reactions shape their personal and professional lives. The book's appeal lies in its ability to address complex psychological and emotional responses to change in a way that's easy to understand and apply. The title itself, Who Moved My Cheese, hints at the central metaphor of the book. Cheese represents the things we strive for in life, such as success, security, love, or happiness. The maze in which the characters search for cheese symbolizes the journey of life, full of twists, turns, and unexpected challenges. Upon its release, the book found a wide audience across various fields, including business, education, and personal development. It was embraced by corporate leaders, motivational speakers, and self-help enthusiasts alike. The book's ability to address the psychology of change made it a go-to resource for people navigating uncertainty, whether in their careers, personal lives, or broader societal contexts. It provided a framework for understanding human behavior, particularly when faced with sudden shifts in circumstances, such as job loss, economic downturns, or changes in personal relationships. What's remarkable is that Who Moved My Cheese has remained relevant decades after its release, becoming a timeless reference for those grappling with the constant evolution of the world. The simple allegory of two mice and two tiny humans searching for cheese has become symbolic of how we, as individuals and organizations, approach change. Johnson's straightforward storytelling technique and the book's universal themes have kept it in conversations about self-improvement and organizational management long after the initial publication. Purpose of the book. The primary aim of Who Moved My Cheese is to help people deal with change, a constant in both our personal and professional lives. Whether it's a career shift, a change in market conditions, or a personal challenge, the book encourages readers to rethink how they approach change. It teaches us that resistance or fear of change often leads to stagnation, while adapting to and embracing change can lead to growth and success. At its core, the book is a parable about four characters living in a maze, searching for cheese. The characters' different reactions to finding out that their cheese is gone reflect how people react to changes in real life. The mice, Sniff and Scurry, represent instinctive reactions to change. They quickly move on when they notice the cheese is gone and start looking for new cheese. The two little people, Hem and Haw, represent the more complex human responses, filled with emotional reactions, such as denial, fear, and eventually acceptance. The purpose of this simple allegory is to provide a framework for understanding human responses to change. The cheese represents the goals, desires, and securities we pursue in life, whether it's career success, financial stability, relationships, or personal fulfillment. The maze represents the environment or world in which we navigate to achieve these goals. When the cheese is moved, or when change happens, each character represents different ways people cope with these shifts. This simple framework makes the book adaptable to various contexts, from corporate restructuring to personal growth. For businesses, the book offers insights into how employees and managers can manage changes in the workplace, such as technological advancements, mergers, or layoffs. It highlights the importance of flexibility and proactive adaptation in ensuring organizational success. On a personal level, The book encourages readers to evaluate their relationship with change. Are they resistant, like him, clinging to the old cheese and refusing to move on? Or are they more like Or, who eventually overcomes his fear and takes the plunge into the unknown, finding new cheese and new opportunities? Overall, Who Moved My Cheese uses a universal metaphor to show that success in life often comes down to our ability to embrace the unpredictability of change. The book doesn't just address change as something we must endure, but rather as something we can learn to anticipate and enjoy. Through its allegory, it teaches us that adaptability is a skill that can be cultivated, and that change, while often uncomfortable, can lead to growth and new opportunities if we approach it with the right mindset. This makes the book a tool not just for surviving change, but for thriving through it, providing readers with the mental framework to handle life's inevitable uncertainties. Characters and their symbolism. In Who Moved My Cheese, Spencer Johnson uses 4 characters, to mice and to tiny humans, to illustrate different reactions to change. Each character represents a different approach to handling life's challenges, specifically when familiar comforts represented by the cheese disappear. By analyzing these characters, we can better understand how human behavior and mindset influence our ability to adapt, grow, and thrive in changing circumstances. Sniff and Scurry. The mice, Sniff and Scurry, represent the simpler, more instinctive responses to change. Their reactions to the loss of cheese are straightforward, reflecting a mindset that avoids overanalyzing or emotional entanglement. They are symbolic of people who live with a proactive and adaptive approach to change. Sniff, the forward thinker. Sniff is characterized by his ability to notice early signs of change. He's constantly scanning his environment, and when the cheese starts running low, Sniff isn't caught off guard. Instead, he recognizes the shift before it becomes a crisis, and he's ready to adapt. In the maze, Sniff's role is to identify new paths as soon as he realizes the old source of cheese is no longer viable. In the broader context of life, Sniff represents people who are forward-thinking, observant, and capable of reading subtle cues in their environment. These are the individuals who are always learning, evolving, and preparing for the future. They might notice changes in market trends, relationships, or personal growth opportunities and act on them before they become overwhelming. Real-life examples of people like Sniff can be found in entrepreneurs who pivot their businesses ahead of major industry shifts, or investors who anticipate economic changes and adjust their strategies accordingly. For instance, companies that embrace digital transformation early on, like Netflix transitioning from DVDs to streaming, exemplify this proactive mindset. The ability to anticipate change often results in avoiding significant loss and seizing new opportunities. Scurry, the quick actor. Scurry, like his name suggests, is quick to take action. Once he realizes that the cheese is gone, Scurry doesn't waste time overthinking or dwelling on the loss. He immediately sets off in search of new cheese, focusing on finding a solution rather than lamenting the problem. Scurry's approach is straightforward: act quickly and decisively. Scurry represents people who don't get bogged down by analysis paralysis or overcomplicating situations. In real life, these individuals are problem solvers who act fast to adjust to new circumstances. They rely on instinct and speed rather than over-analysis, trusting that through action, they will find a way forward. This mindset is particularly useful in fast-changing environments, such as the tech industry or startup culture, where delays can lead to missed opportunities. Scurry's ability to simplify problems and focus on action reflects the importance of decisiveness in a world where waiting too long to act can lead to further challenges. His approach shows that sometimes quick adaptation, even if not perfect, is better than inaction. The benefits of simplicity are clear with Scurry. In situations where complexity and uncertainty reign, reducing the issue to its core and acting on the obvious next step can prevent overthinking and stagnation. For example, in personal situations like fitness or productivity, the scurry mindset would lead someone to start exercising immediately rather than getting lost in the details of planning the perfect workout. Hem and haw, the little people. The tiny humans, hem and haw, represent more complex, emotionally driven responses to change. Their reactions mirror the emotional and psychological barriers that many people face when their comfort zones are disrupted. These characters allow readers to see themselves in the struggles, fears, and eventual growth that come from confronting change. Hem, the resistant one. Hem embodies resistance to change. When the cheese is moved, Hem refuses to accept the new reality. He clings to the belief that things will go back to how they were, holding on to the past rather than moving forward. Hem's reaction is rooted in fear, denial, and a deep desire for stability, even if that stability no longer exists. Hem represents people who resist change, often due to fear of the unknown or an unwillingness to leave their comfort zones. They hold on to outdated ideas, refusing to accept that the world has moved on. In real life, this can manifest in employees who refuse to adapt to new technology or individuals who stay in unfulfilling relationships or careers because they fear the alternative. Hem's thought patterns are reflective of common human behavior when faced with change. Denial. Hem believes the cheese will return if he waits long enough. A common reaction when people hope that things will revert to the old way rather than accepting a new reality. Fear of failure. Hem is afraid of venturing into the unknown because he fears that he won't succeed. This fear paralyzes him, keeping him stuck in the same place, even though it's clear that there is no cheese left. Comfort zone trap. Hem is unwilling to leave the comfort of what he knows, even though that comfort is no longer sustainable. Real-world examples of people like Hem include industries that failed to adapt to technological shifts, such as Kodak's refusal to embrace digital photography, which led to its downfall. On a personal level, individuals who resist making necessary lifestyle changes, such as improving their health or leaving toxic environments, often end up suffering the consequences of inaction. Haw, the reluctant adapter. At the beginning of the story, Haw behaves much like Hem. He's resistant to leaving the familiar and initially shares Hem's fear of venturing into the unknown. However, over time, Haw begins to reflect on his situation. He realizes that if he stays in the same place, hoping for the cheese to return, he'll starve. This leads him to confront his fear, and slowly, he gathers the courage to explore the maze in search of new cheese. Haw represents the personal growth that comes from overcoming fear and accepting change. His journey mirrors the experiences of people who, at first, struggle with change but eventually come to embrace it. As Haw ventures deeper into the maze, he discovers that change can lead to new opportunities, and that the unknown isn't as terrifying as he initially imagined. Haw's personal growth is a reflection of the mindset shift many people undergo when they learn to embrace change. His transformation highlights the importance of self-reflection. Haw begins to question his reluctance to change and realizes that his fear of the unknown is holding him back. This self-awareness allows him to take steps forward. Taking small steps, Haw doesn't immediately run into the maze. He takes small, cautious steps, gradually gaining confidence as he explores new paths. This approach shows that growth doesn't have to happen all at once. It can occur incrementally. Realizing the benefits of change, as Haw ventures further, he starts to enjoy the process of searching for new cheese. He realizes that change, while scary, can be exciting and lead to better outcomes. Examples of people like Haw are those who initially resist but eventually accept that change is necessary for growth. This could be someone who transitions to a new career, they're losing their job, or someone who embraces personal transformation after a life-changing event. For instance, people who resisted the shift to remote work during the pandemic but later realized its benefits reflect this adaptability. The maze and the cheese, metaphorical meanings. The maze, life's complexity and uncertainty. The maze in Who Moved My Cheese represents the complex and unpredictable world we navigate in our pursuit of goals, dreams, and desires. It is filled with twists, turns, and dead ends, much like the challenges and obstacles we encounter in life. The maze is symbolic of the uncertainty and complexity that come with making decisions, facing risks, and finding our way in a world that is constantly changing. Different characters navigate the maze differently. Sniff and Scurry explore the maze without hesitation, representing a direct and action-oriented approach to dealing with life's unpredictability. Their ability to quickly pivot and adapt to new paths shows how some people navigate the complexity of life with confidence and resilience. Hem and Haw, on the other hand, are hesitant to venture into the unknown parts of the maze. Their reluctance to leave familiar territory reflects the fear many people feel when confronted with change or uncertainty. The maze also represents the decision-making process. Every turn in the maze represents a choice to move forward, retreat, or try a different path. In life, our decisions often involve uncertainty, and the outcome is rarely guaranteed. However, by navigating the maze, we learn, grow, and adapt, just as the characters do in their search for new cheese. In real life, the maze can symbolize the job market, relationships, or even the journey of personal growth. It reflects how different people take different paths to reach their goals, and how the road to success is often non-linear, filled with trial and error. Later in life, cheese may represent peace of mind, legacy, or inner happiness. The book teaches that clinging to old cheese, or holding on to outdated goals or ways of thinking, can be detrimental. Just like the characters who find their cheese has moved, we must adapt when our goals or circumstances change. Failure to do so can leave us stuck, unable to progress or find new opportunities. The message is clear. In life, we must be prepared for our cheese to move, and we must be willing to seek out new sources of fulfillment. Just as Haw learns to enjoy the process of searching for new cheese, we are encouraged to embrace the journey, not just the destination. The cheese, what we seek in life. The cheese in Who Moved My Cheese represents the things we desire in life: success, happiness, love, financial stability, recognition, or inner peace. It symbolizes our goals and the rewards we strive for. However, the book emphasizes that the cheese is not permanent. It can move or disappear altogether, representing the ever-changing nature of life's circumstances. The meaning of the cheese shifts based on where we are in life. For some, the cheese might represent career success or financial security, while for others, it could symbolize love, personal fulfillment, or even spiritual growth. At different stages of life, what we consider our cheese changes. For example, in early adulthood, cheese might symbolize career advancement and job security. In middle age, it could shift to family relationships, personal health, or work-life balance. Later in life, cheese may represent peace of mind, legacy, or inner happiness. The book teaches that clinging to old cheese, or holding on to outdated goals or ways of thinking, can be detrimental. Just like the characters who find their cheese has moved, we must adapt when our goals or circumstances change. Failure to do so can leave us stuck, unable to progress or find new opportunities. The message is clear. In life, we must be prepared for our cheese to move, and we must be willing to seek out new sources of fulfillment. Just as Haw learns to enjoy the process of searching for new cheese, we are encouraged to embrace the journey, not just the destination. Detailed analysis of the book's core lessons, Who Moved My Cheese, offers profound lessons about dealing with change. These lessons are designed to help individuals and organizations adapt to a world that is constantly evolving. By understanding and applying these core ideas, we can better navigate the challenges and opportunities that come with change. Lesson 1. Change happens. The first and perhaps most fundamental lesson from Who Moved My Cheese is that change is inevitable. No matter where we are in life or what we're pursuing, we will encounter change in our personal lives, in the workplace, and in society at large. Spencer Johnson uses the allegory of the cheese being moved to demonstrate how circumstances can shift without warning, leaving us to decide how to respond. In business, the concept of change is particularly relevant. Market conditions, customer preferences, and technological advancements constantly evolve. For example, the rise of digital transformation has reshaped entire industries. In retail, companies like Amazon have led a revolution in e-commerce, forcing traditional brick-and-mortar stores to either adapt or fall behind. Businesses that failed to recognize and embrace change, such as Blockbuster, couldn't survive in the new digital economy. Blockbuster's refusal to transition to online streaming in the early 2000s is a classic example of failing to adapt to industry shifts, leading to its eventual demise. In technology, change happens at an even faster pace. Innovations such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, and renewable energy are reshaping industries. Companies like Kodak, which was once a leader in the photography business, resisted the digital shift for too long. They were reluctant to embrace new technologies, ultimately leading to bankruptcy. This is a stark reminder that no industry is immune to change, and resisting it can have serious consequences. On a personal level, change also plays a significant role in self-development. People often resist change because they fear uncertainty, but the reality is that growth requires change. Individuals who understand that life is dynamic and that change is constant are better equipped to manage their careers, relationships, and personal goals. Whether it's the end of a relationship or a shift in career direction, recognizing that change is part of life can make the transition smoother and less stressful. Lesson 2. Anticipate change. Sniff and scurry. The mice in Who Moved My Cheese demonstrate the importance of anticipating change. They don't wait for the cheese to completely run out before starting their search for new cheese. Instead, they pay attention to the early signs that things are shifting, and they act accordingly. By being proactive, they avoid getting stuck when their environment changes. In business, companies that anticipate market shifts are more likely to succeed. For instance, Netflix anticipated the decline of DVD rentals and made a strategic decision to shift its business model towards streaming content. This foresight not only saved the company, but also allowed it to become one of the dominant forces in the entertainment industry today. Conversely, companies like Sears, which once dominated retail, failed to anticipate the shift to online shopping and lost market share to more adaptable competitors like Amazon. On a personal level, anticipating change can mean recognizing when health issues, financial challenges, or personal relationships need attention before they escalate. For instance, individuals who monitor their health regularly are more likely to detect early signs of illness and take preventative measures. Similarly, anticipating career shifts, such as the decline of certain job roles due to automation, allows individuals to reskill and stay competitive in the workforce. Anticipation also involves self-awareness and understanding how external factors may influence your life. By staying informed and adaptable, people can avoid being caught off guard when circumstances shift. Lesson 3. Adapt quickly. Another core lesson is that those who adapt quickly to new circumstances are more likely to succeed. In the story, Sniff and Scurry waste no time lamenting the loss of their cheese. Instead, they immediately begin searching for new cheese, while Hem and Haw struggle to let go of the past. Johnson illustrates how individuals and organizations that are slow to adapt can miss out on opportunities or, worse, face failure. In the corporate world, companies that adapt to new technologies, consumer behaviors, or market conditions tend to outperform those that resist. For example, Apple has consistently adapted to technological shifts, from its transition to the iPhone to its focus on services like iCloud and Apple Music. By recognizing the changing needs of consumers and embracing new business models, Apple has remained a dominant force in the tech industry. In contrast, companies like Nokia were slow to adapt to the smartphone revolution. Nokia held on to its outdated technology for too long, allowing companies like Apple and Samsung to capture significant market share with their innovative products. Nokia's reluctance to evolve contributed to its downfall as a market leader. On a psychological level, the reluctance to adapt is often rooted in fear. People fear the unknown, failure, or loss of control, which can paralyze them from making necessary changes. To overcome this, it's important to adopt a growth mindset, the belief that learning and growth come from stepping out of one's comfort zone. Individuals who embrace this mindset are more likely to view change as an opportunity rather than a threat. Overcoming the fear of change often involves taking small, incremental steps toward adaptation, just as Hall does in the book. Instead of jumping headfirst into the unknown, he takes cautious steps, learns from his experience, and gradually gains confidence. This approach allows individuals to adjust at their own pace, reducing the anxiety associated with major life changes. Lesson 4. Embrace change and enjoy it. One of the book's most powerful lessons is that change is not only inevitable, but can be enjoyable. As Hall ventures deeper into the maze, he realizes that the fear of the unknown is often worse than the reality. He learns to embrace the search for new cheese and even begins to enjoy the process of discovery. This shift in perspective is crucial for anyone looking to thrive in a constantly changing world. Embracing change involves changing one's mindset. Instead of seeing change as a disruption, people can learn to view it as an opportunity for growth, learning, and improvement. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and form new connections, shows that humans are naturally wired for change and learning. When individuals approach change with curiosity and excitement, they are more likely to find new opportunities and enjoy the process. In the workplace, organizations that foster a culture of continuous improvement and innovation are more likely to thrive. Companies like Google and Tesla encourage employees to experiment, take risks, and embrace change as part of their organizational DNA by creating environments where change is celebrated. These companies stay ahead of the curve and consistently bring innovative products to market. On a personal level, people who embrace change often find that it leads to new experiences, opportunities, and personal fulfillment. Whether it's moving to a new city, starting a new career, or learning a new skill, embracing change allows individuals to step out of their comfort zones and discover new aspects of themselves. This mindset shift can lead to increased resilience, adaptability, and happiness. Lesson 5. Let go of old beliefs. The character of Hem represents the danger of clinging to outdated beliefs and refusing to adapt. Hem remains stuck in the old cheese station, hoping that things will return to how they were. His refusal to accept the reality of change prevents him from finding new cheese and moving forward. This lesson is about the importance of letting go of the past and embracing the future. In business, many companies have failed because they held on to outdated practices, technologies, or strategies for too long. BlackBerry, once a leader in the smartphone market, clung to its physical keyboard design, believing that customers wouldn't fully embrace touchscreen technology. This refusal to adapt led to BlackBerry's rapid decline, as competitors like Apple and Android-based phones surged ahead. On a personal level, holding on to old beliefs can prevent people from achieving personal growth and success. Whether it's staying in a job that no longer aligns with one's values or holding on to negative self-perceptions, letting go is often necessary to move forward. The book encourages readers to let go of the old cheese, the past, and venture into the unknown to discover new opportunities. Mindset shifts are key to letting go of old beliefs. Practices like mindfulness and self-reflection can help individuals become more aware of the beliefs and habits that no longer serve them. By recognizing these patterns, people can begin to let go and embrace new perspectives and possibilities. Expanded real-world applications, personal development. The lessons from Who Moved My Cheese are directly applicable to personal development. One of the key messages of the book is that self-improvement requires adaptation. Just as Hoare eventually realized that staying stuck in the old cheese station would not help him, individuals must recognize when it's time to let go of outdated habits, beliefs, or relationships that are no longer serving them. For example, people looking to improve their health or fitness often face challenges when trying to adopt new habits. Many find themselves stuck in their old routines, resistant to change. However, those who recognize the need for change, anticipate obstacles, and adapt their strategies are more likely to achieve their goals. This could mean letting go of old eating habits, embracing new workout routines, or adopting a healthier mindset. In relationships, people sometimes stay in unhealthy or unfulfilling partnerships out of fear of change. The book's lesson about letting go of old cheese encourages individuals to move on when relationships no longer serve their growth. Embracing the unknown can lead to healthier, more fulfilling connections with others. Another application of the book's lessons in personal development is the ability to move past failures. People who dwell on past mistakes or missed opportunities often find it difficult to move forward. The book's message of adapting quickly and seeking new opportunities is crucial for overcoming failure. Individuals who learn to see failure as a stepping stone rather than an endpoint are more likely to bounce back and succeed in the long term. Workplace and organizational change. In the workplace, Who Moved My Cheese is often used as a guide for managing organizational change. Companies are constantly faced with shifts in their industry, whether due to technological advances, market changes, or competitive pressures. Those that fail to adapt often face decline, while those that embrace change thrive. Kodak is a classic example of a company that failed to adapt to the digital revolution. Despite inventing the digital camera, Kodak hesitated to fully embrace the technology, fearing it would cannibalize its lucrative film business. This refusal to adapt led to its eventual downfalls. Digital photography took over the market. On the other hand, companies like Netflix and Amazon embraced change and transformed entire industries by doing so. In today's world, innovation is a key driver of success. Organizations that foster a culture of adaptability and continuous improvement are better equipped to handle change. For example, Tesla consistently pushes the boundaries of the automotive industry by embracing new technologies such as electric vehicles and autonomous driving. By adapting quickly to changes in technology and consumer preferences, Tesla has positioned itself as a leader in the future of transportation. Education and learning. The world of education has also seen significant changes, especially with the rise of digital learning platforms and shifts in how education is delivered. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated these changes, forcing schools, universities, and training programs to adopt virtual learning at an unprecedented pace. Institutions that were quick to adapt to online platforms like Zoom, Google Classroom, and Coursera continued to provide quality education, while those that resisted the shift faced significant disruptions. In a broader sense, lifelong learning is becoming increasingly important in the modern economy. The rapid pace of technological advancements means that professionals must constantly update their skills to remain relevant in the workforce. Individuals who are open to change and who continuously seek new knowledge are more likely to succeed in the long run. The rise of online education platforms like Udemy, LinkedIn Learning, and edX has made it easier for individuals to adapt to new learning methods. These platforms offer courses in emerging fields like data science, artificial intelligence, and blockchain, allowing professionals to stay ahead of the curve. Embracing these new forms of education is a practical application of the book's lessons about adapting to change. In-depth exploration of fear and resistance to change. Fear of the unknown. Fear is one of the most significant obstacles to embracing change. In Who Moved My Cheese, Hem embodies the fear of the unknown. His reluctance to leave the comfort of the old cheese station stems from his fear of what lies ahead. This fear is common in real life. Many people prefer to stay in situations they know, even if they are unsatisfying or outdated, because stepping into the unknown feels risky. Fear of the unknown often manifests in various forms, such as fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of losing control. Psychologically, humans are hardwired to avoid uncertainty because it can trigger anxiety and stress. For him, leaving his comfort zone, facing the uncertainty of whether he will find more cheese or face further loss. In real life, people often resist pursuing new career opportunities, ending unhealthy relationships, or moving to a new city because the outcome is uncertain. To confront fear, individuals need to recognize that change is a natural and inevitable part of life. One practical way to manage fear is through mindfulness, which involves staying present and not allowing worst-case scenarios to dominate one's thoughts. Another method is incremental exposure to the unknown, taking small steps toward change, like Or does in the story, rather than making drastic shifts all at once. Comfort zones versus growth zones. The concept of a comfort zone refers to the psychological state where a person feels safe and secure. While staying in the comfort zone can provide a sense of stability, it often leads to stagnation. In Who Moved My Cheese, Hem's comfort zone is represented by the old cheese station, where he clings to the idea that things will return to how they once were. However, as Hall learns, growth occurs only when one steps out of the comfort zone and into the growth zone, the space where learning, development, and progress happen. The growth zone is where people face challenges, learn new skills, and adapt to change. While stepping into this zone can be uncomfortable, it is essential for personal and professional development. For example, an employee who takes on a new role with greater responsibilities may feel overwhelmed at first, but over time, they develop new skills and grow more confident. Breaking the cycle of resistance. Resistance to change often becomes a cycle. The more people resist, the more entrenched they become in their current patterns, making it harder to break free. Hem represents someone stuck in this cycle, refusing to adapt despite the clear signs that his old way of living is no longer sustainable. This resistance is common in everyday life, where people may stay in unfulfilling jobs, relationships, or habits simply because change feels too overwhelming. Breaking the cycle of resistance requires a shift in mindset. Techniques like mindfulness, cognitive restructuring, and incremental goal setting can help individuals reframe their relationship with change. Mindfulness teaches individuals to observe their thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing them to recognize resistance without being consumed by it. Cognitive restructuring helps reframe negative thoughts about change into more positive ones, while goal setting encourages small, manageable actions that move individuals toward change without overwhelming them. The role of mindset in adapting to change. Growth mindset versus fixed mindset. Carol Dweck's concept of the growth mindset is highly relevant to the story of Who Moved My Cheese and its lessons on change. A fixed mindset is the belief that abilities, intelligence, and circumstances are static and cannot change. Hem's resistance to leaving the old cheese station stems from a fixed mindset. He believes that the cheese should stay where it is, and he is unwilling to change his behavior. In contrast, a growth mindset is the belief that abilities and circumstances can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. Hoare embodies this mindset as he gradually becomes more open to change and realizes that the process of searching for new cheese leads to personal growth. People with a growth mindset are more likely to embrace challenges, learn from feedback, and persist in the face of setbacks. Developing a growth mindset can help individuals adapt to change more effectively. Successful leaders and innovators, such as Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, often exhibit this trait. They see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. rather than as threats to their status quo. Shifting perspectives. A key aspect of adapting to change is shifting one's perspective on failure and setbacks. In the story, Hor initially sees the loss of cheese as a disaster, but over time, he reframes the experience as an opportunity for discovery. This shift in perspective is crucial for anyone navigating change. In real life, individuals can learn to reframe failure by viewing it as part of the learning process. This mindset shift can be cultivated through positive self-talk and reflection. For example, someone who loses a job may initially feel devastated, but by reframing the situation, they can see it as an opportunity to explore new career paths or gain new skills. Cultivating resilience and optimism is another important strategy for adapting to change. Resilient individuals are better equipped to handle stress and uncertainty because they focus on what they can control and remain hopeful about the future. Practices like gratitude journaling and visualization can help individuals develop a more optimistic outlook on life. Importance of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence (EQ) plays a critical role in how individuals respond to change. EQ involves the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's emotions, as well as the emotions of others. In Who Moved My Cheese, Hor's emotional intelligence grows as he becomes more self-aware and empathetic toward his own fear and resistance. Research shows that individuals with high emotional intelligence are better able to cope with stress and uncertainty. They are more self-aware, which allows them to recognize when they are resisting change due to fear or anxiety. They are also more capable of empathy, which helps them navigate change in relationships or work environments by understanding the perspectives of others. Emotional regulation is another critical component of EQ. People who can manage their emotions effectively are less likely to become overwhelmed by fear or frustration during periods of change. Techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, and journaling can help individuals develop better emotional regulation. Practical steps for applying the lessons of Who Moved My Cheese. Step 1. Monitor the cheese regularly. One of the most important lessons from Who Moved My Cheese is the need to monitor the cheese, or keep track of one's current situation. Whether it's in personal goals, career status, or market trends, staying aware of changes as they happen can prevent individuals and organizations from being caught off guard. For example, companies that regularly monitor market trends and customer preferences are better equipped to pivot when necessary. On a personal level, individuals can monitor their own progress toward goals, whether through regular reflection, journaling, or career assessments. Step 2. Prepare for change in advance. Once people recognize that change is inevitable, they can begin to prepare for it in advance. This might include financial planning, lifelong learning, or skill building. For example, individuals can engage in continuous education and professional development to ensure they are prepared for shifts in their industry. On an emotional level, mental preparation for change can involve visualization or mindfulness practices that help individuals stay grounded during uncertain times. Financially, creating an emergency fund or diversifying income streams can provide security in the face of economic shifts. Step 3. Take action quickly. When change does occur, taking quick and decisive action is often key to success. In the story, Sniff and Scurry immediately set out to find new cheese, while Hem and Haw hesitate. Overcoming initial hesitation is critical. People can start by taking small steps, such as researching new opportunities, updating skills, or seeking advice from mentors. Action breeds confidence, and by taking the first step, individuals are more likely to gain momentum. This process can involve identifying the smallest possible action that moves a person toward change, such as sending a resume or signing up for a course. Step 4. Stay positive and keep learning. A positive attitude is crucial during times of change. Maintaining an optimistic outlook can help individuals stay motivated and open to new opportunities. Additionally, Embracing a lifelong learning mindset ensures that people remain adaptable, no matter what changes come their way. Regular self-improvement, whether through formal education or personal growth activities, helps build resilience. Case studies and success stories. Corporate case studies. The success of Amazon as a company that continually adapts to change can be linked to the principles of Who Moved My Cheese. Initially an online bookstore, Amazon quickly expanded into numerous industries, including cloud computing, media streaming, and artificial intelligence. The company's willingness to embrace new opportunities and pivot when necessary demonstrates how organizations can thrive in a changing world. In contrast, Nokia, once a dominant force in the mobile phone industry, failed to adapt to the smartphone revolution. Clinging to its old product line, Nokia was eventually overtaken by competitors like Apple and Samsung, which embraced innovation and responded quickly to market demands. Personal success stories. On a personal level, the story of Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, offers a powerful example of embracing change. After realizing the need for more comfortable undergarments, Blakely took action, even though she had no prior experience in fashion. Her willingness to venture into the unknown and learn along the way helped her build a billion-dollar company. Similarly, Tony Robbins, a renowned life coach and motivational speaker, emphasizes the importance of embracing change in personal development. He often discusses how individuals who refuse to let fear control them can transform their lives by taking risks and seeking new opportunities. Conclusion: embracing change as a way of life. The core message of Who Moved My Cheese is that change is inevitable and that our success and happiness depend on how we respond to it. Whether in personal relationships, career paths, or organizational success, those who embrace change and learn to navigate the uncertainties of life are more likely to thrive. By monitoring their cheese, preparing for change, taking decisive action, and maintaining a positive attitude, individuals can ensure they remain adaptable in an ever-changing world. Who Moved My Cheese offers a simple but profound framework for understanding human responses to change, encouraging readers to approach life with curiosity, resilience, and openness to new possibilities.